Now, if you have got a Honda Jazz CVT automatic, not a Honda Civic or a Honda Acti, with the automatic CVT gearbox, and you've got gearbox judder, oh, now it's even worse. There's 3 potential fixes that you can do that are relatively quick, and I'm going to try them all today. So just letting the engine warm up and getting the gearbox nice and hot as well. I'm going to take it up the road, show you the gearbox judder, and then we're going to do one of 3 things to cure it. So the 3 things that I've heard to cure it, the first one is change the gearbox oil. Use proper CVT fluid from Honda. The second one is once you've changed the fluid, that might even cure it. But to double check, the second thing that you can do is a bunch of full throttle starts to clean up all the friction surfaces in the gearbox. Then change the fluid again. Now the fluid was about 80 quid, so I'm actually going to do the full throttle starts and a bit of a burnout procedure that I'm going to show you in a minute to clean up all the surfaces in the gearbox first and then change the fluid. Here's the CVT fluid from Honda. It's the proper Honda stuff. Make sure you get that. Other stuff hasn't got all the proper detergents in it, and it's almost like Honda know what they're doing. And then the final thing that we're going to try is from XADO, whatever that is, and it is for automatic transmissions and CVT gearboxes, and some people literally just put that in the gearbox on the old fluid, and that makes it a lot better. So we're going to try that as well. So this is what the judder looks like. So from stationary, give it a fair bit of gas. Can you hear that? And it's like slipping and gripping and slipping and gripping and slipping and gripping. And you can feel it. It's almost like it's wheel spinning on ice. Now if you do a slow start, it doesn't do it, but it's also worse when the gearbox is hot and if you're trying to pull out of a junction. Now the first thing I'm going to try is like a burnout procedure to try and clean up the friction surfaces in the gearbox. So I'm going to put my left foot on the brake and then give it a load of gas. Do that a couple of times. And then pull away. Oh, now it's even worse. Oh dear. But let that cool down for a minute and then pull up and stop, do it again. Foot on the brake, load of revs. And then when I pull away, oh, gearbox is really juddering. Right, now I'm going to go and change the fluid. Right, first job, get it up in the air. Axle stands, obviously. Also, try and get it level because the gearbox drain is on that side. So if you've got it just jacked up on one side, it's not going to get all the gearbox fluid out. Now, the first trouble, my days, which is probably why it's juddering, is that's the 3/8 square drive, which you're supposed to just be able to get that on there and undo it. However, it wasn't long enough, so I had to use my noddle and put on like a extension-y thing that's got 17mm on one end, and then hook another 17mm, and I was out here hanging on it, and eventually it went. I thought it either sheared off or undone. Thankfully, it undone. So let's get the gearbox drain plug out and drain all the old oil. Right, that is glugging away. It looks pretty black. Also, there's like a magnet on the end of the drain plug, which has got a bit of slippage attached to it. So we'll let that drain. I haven't pulled the dipstick out of the top yet. Let me show you that. Oh, it stinks as well, but then gearbox all does. So this is the dipstick. So once we pull that out, it might stop glugging. There you are, that's free flowing now. And then that's the dipstick, which is also the fill hole. And then that's what we're going to fill up next. So you'll need some sort of like pointy funnel, like I just bought from the shops, which is over here on my stack of spuds. So once that's finished draining, drain plug in, and then we're going to fill it out with some fresh. Yeah, the drain plug was so tight and seized in there, which leads me to believe that hasn't had a gearbox oil change for a long time. Right, while that's finishing draining, we're just going to clean that off. That's the magnet on the end of the sump plug, and that is looking pretty manky. Before we get some thunder and lightning, I'm just going to come over and do it on the fence post over here. Right, let's wipe that down. So I left it 10 minutes, gone and had a cup of tea, obviously, and then rigged up this little funnel. Now it's quite a long way down in there, so this actually wasn't long enough, what I bought. So what I've done is I took that off, so it's got to go right down there, and I pop that in the hole, and then I pop that one in that hole, So now I'm going to put a sump plug in, and then I think this takes 3.2 litres. Going to fill that up, and then we're going to go for a drive. This is 4 litres, so I've gone about 3.2. That should be about right. And actually, while it's all up in the air, I'm going to go on and give it a full service as well. I've got all the bits for it over there, so I'm going to give it a full service as well. The link to that will be in another video. So once I've finished all of that, then we're going to go for a drive, see if that's cured it, and then add some of the gearbox fix as well, and see if that makes it any better if that hasn't cured it. I forgot to add, make sure the car is back down flat on the floor so that the gearbox is level, because at the moment it's reading mega under. The dipstick is right at the front of the gearbox, so at the moment all the oil will be at the back of the gearbox, so make sure the car is lowered down, and then obviously top up if need to. Okay, so we're out and about. I've driven a couple of miles, everything's up to temperature. I haven't done any full throttle starts yet, but I've just driven around really slowly when it doesn't do the juddering anyway. So I'm just going to floor it off the line to see what happens. Oh, that judder, oh, I don't know. There's a bit of judder there, and then it seemed to clear itself up. Let's try again. Oh, judder's there again. It's not doing it as long. I'm going up a hill as well. It does do it. Excuse the chains rattling around in the car. Oh, it's done it a little bit. I don't know. It's not doing it as bad, but it is still doing it. Right, let's try a little burnout. Right, now it might do it worse now. Yep. Right, I've driven it around for a couple of minutes and I've done a couple of full throttle starts off camera, and it seems to be getting better and better every time. Let's do another one. Like, some of them seem to be getting better. I pulled out of a junction as well earlier, and like when you've got some steering lock on and you floor it, that's when it does it like quite bad, and it didn't seem to be so bad. Tell you what, I'm going to leave it a couple of days. I'm going to drive around for a couple of days, see if it sorts itself out, and then I'm going to put the additive in. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks. We put the new fluid in. My daughter's been driving it around because she passed her driving test first time, just like her dad. So let's do a couple of full throttle starts, see how much difference it's made, and then we'll add the treatment-y thing. Full throttle. So it's more like a vibration now, not a judder, and it doesn't do it for very long. Let's do one more. Yeah, it's more like a vibration than a judder. Let's go and put the treatment in and do a couple of full throttle starts afterwards. So up the farm, dipstick is out, and because it is a bit of a long reach to get all the way down there, let me show you, it's all the way down there. I've put the extension bit of my little funnel thing in there because I've only got this much to play with, so if I miss the first half a squirt, then it's going to be a waste of money. I've also just read the back of this, and it says that the revitalisation is complete. Revitalisation? Revitalisation, some sort of word. It's complete after 1,000 miles. So we're going to put it in, and then we're going to go and test it, but it also might be something that we come back to after a few hundred miles. But literally, just take the end off of that. Try and get it in the hole. Do you just squeeze that? Nope. Okay, you've got to undo that because that's like kind of a locking thing. It says one of these will do up to 4 litres, so whack it all in there. Now is it going to come out? There we go. It says up to 4 litres. I've just missed a bit, and some of it might stay in the ribs of that little pipe bit anyway, so I'm going to do the whole lot. Get the last of it in there before I pull it out. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't get it all in there. Happens at my age. Right, dipstick back in, let's go for a drive. Right, I've done a couple of full throttle starts already to warm the gearbox up a little bit, and it definitely seems to be better. Oh, it literally does it for like 1 second, and it's like a vibration. Let's try one more. Oh, it's hardly even doing it. Right, let's run this for a few hundred miles and see if it completely cures it. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. Excuse the Rupert the Bear trousers. I was just at home doing some editing. My daughter's come home. She said the car is not doing the juddery thing at all. So I've literally just come out in it. The first thing I've noticed as soon as I've pulled away is that the clutch, just as soon as you put your foot down, the clutch engages, or the gearbox engages like immediately. There's no slippage at all. It just feels way more perky. And if you pull up and stop, do a full throttle, Literally not a single bit of judder, vibration, anything at all. Let's do another one. Not a hint of it, not a hint at all. So there you go. If your Honda Jazz CVT automatic gearbox is doing the juddery vibration thing, first thing is change the oil. Next thing is put that XADO gearbox restorer stuff in it, and then just drive it around. Maybe do a couple of full throttle starts. I don't think the burnout thing really did anything, but just drive it around and it seems to like sort itself out. It says on the packet 1,000 miles. It's been maybe 50 miles and it seems to have sorted itself out, which is really, really good. There you go. Daughter's got trouble-free motoring. Honda as well, obviously, it's going to be trouble-free motoring. As always, like, subscribe, share, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.